In three, two, and one. Hello. Hey guys, my name is Bryce Tubbs. With me today is my client Yvonne, and we're super excited to really just share with you guys some of the progress that she's been making in a very short period of time. Yvonne, thank you so much for coming on today. Can you introduce yourself? Just tell us a little bit about what you do.
Yes. Hi, my name's Yvonne Wadakadis. I've been an accountant for about 7 years. I have my associate's degree. I recently left the corporate world and started my own business, and I really focus on construction with job costing and I do certified payrolls, all that kind of stuff. That's my background. And I'm trying to reach out a little bit more into some more of the other niches, like getting some photographers and virtual assistant companies and stuff under my belt as well.
Awesome. So, let's kind of go back to the beginning. What were some of the challenges that you were going through before we started working together? I remember you had only been in business for a little while.
Yeah, I had only been in business for about 3 weeks when you and I started. And I was just struggling. I had no idea where to go to get clients. I had no idea what platforms to use. I had set up my Facebook business page, but it didn't really seem to be kind of going anywhere. I'm naturally an introvert. So for me, reaching out to strangers or going to networking events or anything like that was something that was completely off the table for me until I started working with you. And so that's why I needed your help. Desperately.
And tell me a little bit more about that, because when we came, you were it was not frantic, but it was just overwhelmed. Can you describe what was that like?
You mean like the overwhelm that I felt before you and I got started?
Yeah, because I just felt like pressure. It just felt like there's pressure surrounding it.
So I did feel pressure. I had been, so I'm a military wife, and while my husband has been in for many years and makes good money and really pays for everything, me going to work over the last the last 6 years that I've been working has really helped us financially, really good stability. And so when I got laid off in July, I mean, we took like a $62,000 annual pay cut. It was a huge thing. I mean, we had a huge nest egg going, and starting my business is something I've been wanting to do for years, and just never really had the gumption to do it. And then with getting laid off and with COVID and everything, I mean, my husband was in Japan at the time. My kids were struggling because there was really nobody home with them hardly ever, and they were homeschooled because virtual school, COVID, just COVID. And so I really wanted to do the best I could do for them and still be able to do my own thing. And so I was like, well, there's no better time than to start now. But I instantly felt that pressure of, I've got to get clients. I've got to get clients. Why am I not getting clients? I felt like I was doing everything, and I was doing everything I knew how to do for myself. And it wasn't working. And I was expecting it to be like, oh, I've got all this experience. I'm just going to go out there and people are going to be like, yeah, because every business needs bookkeeping. Every business needs it, really, whether they do it for themselves or, whether they have somebody do it for them. And so I felt a lot of pressure because I wasn't growing the way that I wanted to. I felt like I was just stuck in this rut and I needed somebody to get me out of it. And it wasn't until I got talking to you and you showed me how to do things that I realized, oh, wow, I really wasn't doing things to the full potential that I could have been doing things. So, and you also helped me know that this doesn't happen overnight. You shared your story with me, and that really helped me in a lot of ways, because I'm like, I mean, you even had more experience than I did when you first started and went out on your own, and you struggled too. And so sharing your story with me helped me know that. And it helped me also realize that I can't compare my beginning to somebody else's middle. You can't look at somebody else who's been doing this for a couple of years and expect to be there when you haven't gone through all the stuff that they've gone through. So you really helped me bring that. You're like, look, you can't do what I'm doing. You just started. You've got to wait. You got to work at it the way I worked at it, and you're right. We're lucky because we have you, because you didn't have a you.
So, tell me a little bit more about this. Cause sometimes I talk to people and they're going through life, like COVID happened and their kids were either homeschooled, or maybe they've been laid off, or maybe they have some money in the bank, but they're really afraid of investing in something like this to grow their business. Like, why did you get started? Because that's not a small feat.
Well, you worked on me for a couple of weeks before I actually came. So because I'm that way, I want to be really careful with my money. I want to know that I'm getting into something that's actually going to help. And the one thing that you said to me that really stood out was in one of our calls, you said, if you don't invest in yourself, how do you expect other people to invest in you as well? Like, you have to invest in yourself to be able to grow. And if somebody can help you do something that you don't know how to do, if somebody can teach you something that you can use, it's like, yeah, I could hire a virtual assistant to do all this for me, but then I'd be relying on that person for the rest of my life to do it. But by you teaching me how to, it's like, give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish, he'll eat for the rest of his life. And so I feel like that's what you do for all of us that are in your program, is you teach us to be the fishers and how to go out and get the information that we need and how to present ourselves in a way to draw clients in.
Okay.
And that's what led me to finally decide that I was going to work with you, because you made it very clear, the things you shared with me. I was like, yeah, I don't know how to do any of that. And when you said, I know how to do that, I can help you learn how to do that, that's what made me want to work with you. It's not, I want to do that for you, let me do that for you. It's let me teach you how to do it. And that's what's important.
Yeah. How, because you touched on this too, like with expectations, like, was it helpful to be able to not only see like the sales calls of what that looks like, but also what to expect when you're doing the marketing, and then giving you like the scripts to know exactly what to say? Like, were those helpful?
Very much so, because I've told you 100 times, I'm an introvert. I get on the phone and I can get on the phone with somebody and I can hold a conversation, but that doesn't always mean I know what I should ask when I need to ask it. And a lot of times I'll get in the middle of a phone call and forget what I needed to say because we get sidetracked on another comment. So having those scripts helps me stay on track with what I need to make sure I'm asking them in the phone call. And it also helps me direct it if they go a little on a bunny trail. I can redirect it and bring it back into focus, because I'll hop down the bunny trail with them if I don't have something that brings me back to where we started. And so the scripts are really helpful. And seeing the sales calls, like watching the videos, listening to Eileen's sale call, because I relate to Eileen a lot. So that really helped. That really helped me with the questions she asked. I actually kind of copy even her mannerisms a little bit. So thank you, Eileen.
For those who don't know what we're talking about, inside of the program, I give you guys examples of current and past students actually on live consultation from start to finish with the client and the potential client. So you guys know exactly like what it looks like. Now, let me ask you this question. Like, because it's been a very short period of time, and you were talking about you have so many leads and so many people that even in the last hour message you. Are you excited to start really speeding up and getting that snowball process happening?
Yes and no. Like, I'm really excited to start getting, I really want to get as many clients as I can, but on the other side, it's like, okay, if I get them all, like I have this caveat of, if they all just dump on me at once, then I might get a little overwhelmed, but I'm excited for it because, I sent you many text messages about I'm getting really discouraged. I'm really getting any information. I'm not getting people following through with messaging. And you just told me, keep going, press forward, just keep going, and it'll happen. Just, and you told me, once you get one, you're going to see how it works, and then you're going to snowball. And that's pretty much how it's gone.
Yeah, because I don't know, like listening to you and just listening to you like when you first joined and when you are now, I gotta tell you, it's a lot more relaxing on my end, I don't know about you because now you're like getting good problems. Because remember, like at all times, you have access to my team to where if that does happen and you get overwhelmed, like we're here to help you out. Um, Especially because you're pricing the work at more than what the scope would suggest. So when you outsource it, it's like it's nothing.
Right.
Awesome. So let me ask you this question. I guess like would you recommend that other people work with me or even listen to me?
Absolutely. If they're trying to start, I mean, and as much as I would like to say, yeah, if you're starting a bookkeeping business, listen to him, but really the skills that you teach are across the board. Anybody trying to start any kind of a business or side business or anything like that could take these skills and use it and just run with it and go and build a business that they want, that they dream of. Um, I would 100% recommend you, and I would 100% recommend that you just trust the process, because it's going to be it's going to take longer or shorter depending on who you are as a person and who your contacts are and what kind of business you offer. But trust the process, because the process will eventually work as long as you work it. You have to be diligent and work yourself. It's not going to do it for you.
Mhm. Yeah, and I know that when you were starting, you were a little bit hesitant. Like for someone who's maybe on the fence or is maybe feeling a little bit of fear, like what would you say to them? Like, should they take action right now, and like why?
Take action, because I mean, I could have waited. I could have listened to my fear and waited and just be starting with you now, and I wouldn't be where I am right now. If you're on the fence, I would say get started. Do whatever it takes to try and get started, because you'll be in a different place in a month from now. And in 2 months, you'll be in even a different place from then. It's getting started is the important part. And you don't want to wait to get started. You get started now. And if there's something that you don't know how to do, or you don't understand how to do, or you don't have the skill set to understand exactly how it works the best to do it, invest in somebody who does. And you do. You know how to work LinkedIn, and you know how to work Facebook, and I've loved everything that you've taught me, and I've even taken some of the things that you've taught me and I've kind of turned them a little bit so they work more with my style, because not everybody's the same. You can take those things and adjust them a little bit to work with your style. You don't It's just knowing the information that's important.
Mhm. Excellent, Yvonne. I really, again, appreciate you and appreciate your time. And, you're helping me kind of grow it in unique ways, especially like when the exercise we did before this. So I'm really excited that you're in the program. Like, where can people go to learn more about you?
um, they can go to my LinkedIn page. It's Yvonne S. Waitakatis, which my name is very long. So I'm the only WIT out there. So it's relatively easy. And I'm friends with Bryce. So just find me there if you need to. I'm also on Facebook at Level Ledger Accounting Services. So, and I actually have a business page there that they can get in contact with me there. And I have a website, www.level-ledger.com.
Awesome. Thanks again for your time. For those watching, cannot wait to speak to you soon. Cannot wait to help you out. This is all love. This is trying to help you guys out. So faith over fear, guys. That's the lesson for today. Faith over fear.
Absolutely.
Some people listen to their fear. Other people like Yvonne who are winning, take a chance on themselves. They go. Excellent. So we're done recording in 3 and 2 and 1, and see you guys.